soothing. Oh, that's sweet. I wish I could play the piano.
Welcome to a fabulous and glorious day. It's Randall's birthday, everyone. Say hello to Randall Santa Checkerly. Happy birthday. And to
Thank
Phineas
you, guys.
Angela Mack up in the top.
Look at that! Look at that crew. Thank you, guys.
Thank Phineas. Serenade you there. Where'd your guitar go, Phineas?
Go ahead, Phineas, it's your
Well,
turn.
we had the piano. I mean, I didn't
Oh
want.
yeah, but that's not to get fiddle from Phineas.
Yeah,
Oh,
kind of.
let's
This
do
Phineas
something.
one.
Have that personal touch, brother.
Yeah, try something here. I wish you a happy birthday. I wish you a happy birthday. I wish you a happy birthday and a festive year too.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. 39, 40. Long time ago. 39 into 40s there, Don. Thanks, AJ.
So Randall shared with me that he went out on his back deck overlooking the lake and took in some sunshine this morning and reflected on the years. And so he got himself in a better frame of mind for the show. And when the clock starts ticking, he hollers, "It's showtime!" And here we are, guys.
Yep.
Showtime.
Very
Great
good.
to see everybody. Thank you, everyone. That's very sweet of everybody. I'm going to talk about that. Kind of changed my mind on my segment, so this has all changed my mind.
All right. Well, welcome to the Monday Show Live, which is North Pole Happy Hour, everyone. It is a happy hour. It's a happy day. It's a happy week, happy year. Hey, we're just all happy here. I mean, after all, long trip to Michigan. I tell you what, I must take just a moment here to thank the MAPS folks, Randall, Michael Howell, Melissa, Santa Mel, Herbie, and Charlie Johnson, so forth and so on. Not a better group to spend time with in this whole Santa community. Been doing this a while. Got to tell you, it was one of the highlights of my life. The rooftop reindeer. Oh my gosh, that place is over the top. Not only is it rooftop, it's over the top. Fantastic. So I just wanted to personally say in public to everyone, thank you so much from the folks at MAPS. What a fun and memorable weekend me and Carol had, and we'll carry it till our day's end. Thank you, everyone.
Maps was so lucky to have you up there, and glad the weather was perfect for you guys, even though you had a little crazy rain. But we're so it was great class. Everybody was so happy. Thanks, Bob, for doing it because that's a long, long drive.
25, just under 25.50. So 12.25 each way, 12.75 each, whatever that works out to. My math's not good today, but anyway, it was a long way. But it was worth every inch of it. Absolutely, we had such a great time. Great time of year for up there. It was cool
Yeah.
at night, warm in the day, sunshine, and had such a good time. I'll tell you something else too that will always stand out that I didn't mention is the sitting around the campfire. I mean, oh my gosh, that was so cool, and all the stories that were told, all the moments that were shared, a great time had by all.
Maps likes to sing and do all that kind of stuff. Whenever they get together, there's always something will roll into a song eventually, or it will. Was it night? So 12 Days of Christmas was there. Of course, Rudolph was how many times? And just
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Of course, Michael Howe, being the singer and artist that he is, he loves to instigate, every chance he gets. And what a great leader you guys have in the leadership up there, and your members are all just top notch. Everyone was so eager to learn, and
yeah,
I was so touched by the new folks that were. I mean, they were taking notes and asking questions, and they were so eager to learn, and they have such great mentors in the MAPS folks. you guys, you know, that's one thing that's always stood out about maps is how much you guys work together, how much time you spend together, honing in your craft, sharing your ideas, sharing what works, what doesn't work, and you know the new folk in that area up there have really, they are blessed to have you guys. So thank you again. I won't harp on it anymore. I just didn't get a chance
You,
last week because we come rolling in right as the show started, and I was over behind Angela in her corner and didn't really have a free mic to speak. So thank you again.
We had to make sure you didn't touch any buttons.
I went up there one time and she slapped me back real quick, and then I thought, well, maybe I'll try it one more time. And she grabbed this ruler right here. Well,
But
now
yeah, but you grabbed the shovel
going
though.
to a Catholic private school that was taught by nuns in the penguin suits. This is a weapon.
they use it well. They are like ninjas with that thing.
Well, my knuckles were home red many a time. Fantastic. All right, you know, I think she's already put up the weather bot for us for the weather today. I was telling Randall in the green room we got 5.5 inches of rain overnight and yesterday and night before, so a day and a half, I guess you'd say. And I also noticed Spangle sent me a little deal. They had a tornado in Springfield, Missouri yesterday. I saw one report of a house getting some damage, but I don't think it was long lived. I believe it was just a funnel that touched down momentarily on the south side of town, and they got really lucky because it was headed right for downtown Springfield, which is heavily populated. And so, thank God that it went on back up in the clouds and went on its merry way. Okay, guys. Hey, are we ready for a little hot cup of cocoa segment?
Always with Miss Santa B.
Let's go.
Ho, 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 and happy day, my friends. Santa B here with you here again today. And first and foremost, let me just say happy birthday, Santa Randall Checker Lee, the man of many names and many, many talents. I am so happy to be able to wish you a happy birthday, and I promise, although I loved the song you all sang for me last time, I'm not going to sing for you because nobody likes that. But I tell you what, I was just so happy when I saw it was your birthday and I would get to do this. And I got to thinking how awesome it is that we get to celebrate. We get to celebrate so much. In the Christmas community, I mean, celebration is kind of just what we do. And, you know, it's not just at Christmas time, but it's at all the time. And to think about getting up and recognizing that every day we have so much to be grateful for, to indeed celebrate. You know, we get to be Christmas performers. We get to get up and move around and be out and about. I think one of my favorite things, an old veteran said to me once, I asked him how he was doing, and he said, I'm looking at the flowers instead of the roots. So today, my friends, I encourage you, go out and look at the flowers. It's way better than the roots. Be blessed, be well. Love you all. Bye-bye.
That's a good message. You know, Randall's been down here to the house, and our back patio area has a garden around it, and we have some various gardens out in the yard. And every day I go out at least twice and walk around from plant to plant, talk to them, look at them, and smile and thank the Lord for our blessings.
It's just amazing how it can happen. Every year you look out there and all of a sudden they're gone. A year they come back and they're just beautiful. They're vibrant. They're out on my thing. There's a couple plants that have already blossomed, but they're already gone. Now I've got other ones that are coming up. It like rotates, and it's just,
Yeah.
it is a miracle. It's a miracle. I mean, it's just.
And we've made a habit in the last few years. We were spending so much money each year with those plants that don't come back, you know, each year. And so now most of the things we have out there are, you know, they return from winter each year. Plus, we got a greenhouse last year, and that really helped a lot of our mature plants mature even more, make it through winter, you know, overwintered, and they are doing absolutely. Our palms are just unbelievable out here on the patio. It's crazy.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yep. So, how is your weather, Phineas? I know.
It is currently 66 degrees and sunny, but we had quite a storm roll through. We had hail and rain and wind, but today it's just been nice and pleasant weather and sunny. So my garden is thriving quite beautifully. It is quite green out there, so I'm happy.
Very good. Very good. All right. I think it's time. Let's go ahead and roll into that Elf Appetizer. Got another good one to discuss with everyone today. I
I'm
noticed
ready.
it's already put up
I'm ready to munch.
in the
And
chat.
get
So,
right in. Just a little nibble of that burger would be good.
oh man,
Phineas is so quick.
I just like the aroma.
Oh, you know how good that smells, a burger that size.
Phineas does.
Well, now, that's not just a burger, that's a statement. Welcome to the Elf Appetizer, where we get straight to the meat of the hot topics. Stop drooling, fellas. We're just getting started. We stack it high. Truth, humor, a little heat, and we don't nibble around the edges. So pull up a chair, loosen that belt, and let's take a real bite out of this thing. Let's carve into it.
All right, so I got a challenge. Next time the three or the four of us, if Angela happens to show up, are together in person at the same location, we are going to order a 7-patty burger and we're going to divide it and we're going to share it.
With cheese and bacon like that one?
With cheese and bacon, just like that, man. Got to have that 7 patties of cheese on it too.
When I was in Nashville just last month, when I was traveling, there was a restaurant that we went to, and one of the menu items was a half pound of bacon, and that was literally what it was. And I was like, "That's impressive."
Yeah, that's Bengals kind of place.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Anyways,
All right, Phineas, over to you, brother.
so today's Elf Appetizers is recently Christmas performers have been talking about getting nerves or anxiety before heading out to bring the jolly. What do you do to help get yourself past those feelings, and how do you build yourself up before gigs?
Wow. I guess if you don't get nervous or anxiety or something a little bit before, you're not concerned about what you're doing. If it just becomes, you've got to have that little bit of, at least
Okay, I've got next week's. That's next week's, isn't it?
It is.
It is.
we're a week ahead here.
We're a week ahead. Sorry about that.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
That'll give them something to ponder all week.
Something to ponder all week. Just give me a moment. So, this week's is about Christmas in July. And what are you doing as far as pricing for Christmas in July events?
Yeah, I looked up at the date real quick to make sure I had the right one pulled up.
I thought maybe I pulled up the wrong one too, and I logged it, and I said, "Well, I'm just going to go with it. I'm not going to." I thought it was my mistake. I thought I could go with it.
Well,
Next
and
month.
I'll explain real quick. I already had the script done this week, and Phineas had sent me the question he just read for next week. And I'm trying to get a little bit ahead on our scripts because I'll be going to Ohio for the Wondrous Women of Christmas coming up here in a couple of weeks, and so that if I can get a little bit ahead, that just saves me time on the backside.
So today's question is, next month is July, and that means Christmas in July events. As you plan and prepare for those bookings, is your summer rate the same, or do you have one rate for Christmas and one for summer? Do you dress as Santa, Mrs. Claus, elf summer casual attire, such as this, or full Claus costuming? By dressing down, should your fee be reduced as your cost is less, or maintain a year-round fee to associated being the same cost? So do you have a lesser cost, or do you maintain the same cost?
Yeah, that's a great question. Great points there. It's something to, again to ponder. Since we're pondering next week, let's ponder this week first.
Yep.
It's too much
So-
at once.
I obviously dress in Phineas casual wear, typically Phineas beach wear, because wearing the coveralls and the flannels is pretty darned hot during the summer months, especially up here where it gets 100% humidity and weather in the 80s and 90s. Santa, David, who I work with regularly, he dresses in Claus casual. It could be a baseball shirt and shorts. It could be a pair of work pants and a work shirt, but definitely not wearing the full dress reds with all the furs and the velvet. And do we charge less? No, because they're getting the same entertainment value from us regardless of what we are wearing. We are more than our costumes and suits. We are providing and entertainment involving storytelling, interaction, hopefully creating magical memories for the families with whom we interact, and also, yeah, it's we give the same amount of ourselves, regardless of what we are wearing, regardless of what time of year it is. So
Still
it
have
gets
to travel, still have to do the contracts, still have to do everything the same.
Mhm.
Exactly. I mean, our other costs are all the same anyway. We still think about it. You still have to either possibly have those things dry cleaned or washed. You still
Mhm.
your insurance cost is the same. Your gas is still the same. Your training has always been the same. So,
Mhm.
and you as a performer, your hourly worth is the same. So, yeah,
Yep.
definitely you should charge the same. Like Phineas said, definitely dress appropriately. Something that's not as I, I wore shorts, but are more like knicker look. But I always make sure that I had wore socks. I could never handle the bare skinned legged like some Santas did. I always made sure their socks were up there so the knickers covered and or Hawaiian shirt, whatever the case may be. And so it's clothing is very easy to do. I mean, it's actually more comfortable. You know, you can walk around easier because that's more of your interaction is walking around as Santa during the summer, or Mrs. Claus, something a little bit more casual than something more elegant or formal. So they both have a much easier, or like Phineas, man, that's pretty comfortable for him to wear in the summertime compared to all these overalls and flannel, and that's can kind of. So it's but don't sell yourself short just because it's July compared to December.
Well, we're entertainers. You know, first thing is we are entertainers. We're just a themed entertainer, and our theme, of course, is Christmas. And it doesn't matter. Look at movies. You have different scenes for different, you know, places within the movie. They may be indoor, outdoor, may be hot, may be cold. I mean, everything has a setting, and we have to appropriately use our setting to make ourselves fit in for that time of year, basically. But we are a 12-month industry now. There's no other way to look at it other than even when we're not out performing, we're preparing to perform. We're preparing our suits. We're preparing that list that Randall does so elegantly. And so, again, it was a great question. And I don't know how many people would actually say that there's any difference in cost as far as how much you would charge, but it's not on our end that is the real question. It's the folks on the other side of the equation that are trying to say, well, you're not wearing your full suit. It's not Christmas. You're out of season. So therefore, it shouldn't cost as much. But I don't see it that way.
Totally agree. It's not. We still give. We still post pictures. We still are using our interaction, our skills. So don't. Yeah. You have to sell that to them, and not just because you're wearing a red suit and a black belt and big boots. Sell the performance. Sell what you're still doing. The memories are the exact same. Like Phineas said, the memories are the same. That picture will be on the, you know,
More often than not, they're also inviting you for a specific event typically. So, like, they may have you wanting to first throw out the first pitch at a baseball game. They may want you at a beach party. They may want you at a pool party. And you will have to dress appropriately for that because you're not going to wear full dress golf togs to a beach, with your knickers and long stockings and everything like that. And the same way you will not wear a bathing suit, like a Victorian bathing suit, when you're throwing out the first pitch of the baseball game. And
Great
so,
point.
you're going to have to consider what you're going to have to do for wardrobe for that, and make sure that you have it and that is compensated for appropriately, because you may have to buy specific things. Everett Prostrello just said that he does Uncle Sam, and I've seen a number of performers who have adjusted their outfit to suit Fourth of July, so doing Uncle Sam or a patriotic Santa at the same time. So, like, there are special outfits that you're buying specifically for these events. So,
If you have not seen the photo of Everett with the Uncle Sam outfit on, go check it out. It is stupid. It is great. It's pure money. Pure money. Here's one for you, Phineas.
this Christmas in July will be my first ever Santa event at a winery. I don't know how to charge because the owners are good friends.
Would you say
So
that the owners would give you a discount on a case of wine?
Yeah, it's I know that's always hard to. It's a friend, but would they want a discount in Christmas? I mean, that's
Business is
yeah,
business. Do they
yeah,
discount their product to you because you're Santa? So, I mean,
they
that's a
are using you to attract business to their business. So they are essentially going to be selling you as an attraction to come for people to come to their winery and give them money. So
yeah.
and if you want to do a barter system, that's fine too. If you don't want to do all cash or all check, if you do a little, hey, look, I can charge you half, but hey, look, I like a nice white wine, and we can do a little barter system for the rest.
Well,
That sounds a little more friendly than.
even myself, I will, at times discount my hourly rate if I feel that that is going to be more appropriate for the setting or for whatever. And I just announced that I'll be going back with one of my photographers this year. And I started off, she was just getting started. She was an established child, newborn, and pregnancy photographer, but she had never done photos with Santa. So I told her I would give her a special rate to help her build up her clientele and get started, and then we would discuss it further down the road from there. So I did give a little bit of a discount there, and I'm happy with what I do. She gives me the hours, I'll make extra money, and like Gordon Bailey always said, when is enough enough?
It's okay to get that started. Like you're helping her get started. You're helping her build business. So that's the reason why you're doing that, not because it's July, but you're helping her get established and get a clientele base. So it's kind of two different things.
yeah. Yeah, starting up a new business and starting up a new venture, such as either performing as Santa outright or performing as Santa during Christmas and July, yes, it's going to be difficult. How do you price yourself? But typically, only you can answer that question. This is where you would get in contact with other performers in your area to see, just sort of hopefully you've built a rapport with them so you can network and sort of see what they're asking for. And then you have to be able to charge what you are comfortable with and make sure that you are compensated fairly for what you are doing. So that is a tough question to do. And then make sure that you are consistent throughout all of the seasons.
Afternoon, gents. I do not change for our fundraisers for the Holiday Lighting Festival. That's from Ray Bradshaw.
Definitely, we all have charities that we will supply our time to as a donation, and you can just not charge them for that, or you can treat it as a financial donation, however the tax laws allow in your neck of the woods, and do it that way because you are exchanging your time and expertise and work for something. And if you are able to get a tax write-off for it, all the better. And if you choose not to, that's entirely up to you and your ethical background and the way you handle things.
Gary says my rate is the same for all the events. I do several summer Santa. I have several summer Santa outfits, and that's the thing to have. Just even a change of a shirt. You can keep the same shorts, let's say, and socks, but you can just baseball shirt to Hawaiian shirt to different kind of hat. You're still got a couple different looks, very inexpensively.
Yeah, it's still all rolled into a 12-month business. So you got to look at it as a year-round business. Your business expenses are what they are. Doesn't matter when you use them. Restaurant business, we would buy extra plates and styrofoam to-go containers and those sort of things ahead because we could get a better price at a bulk. But they would sit on the shelf sometimes a month and a half before we use them.
Right.
It's all rolled into one. It all washes in the end. Let's put it that way. Charlie Johnson has this one here, Phineas.
My rates stay the same, but of course my clothing will change depending on the temperature. Summer wear are red shorts with candy cane stripe, Christmassy Hawaiian shirt, and a wide-brimmed red hat. And that's another thing you've got to be careful about for Christmas and July events, particularly if you are a northerner and not used to the sun. You've got to take care of, especially if you're going to be outside for hours on end, you've got to make sure that you don't get sunburns, develop any other heat stroke or any other type of adverse effect from the heat and the humidity and the sun. So definitely got to take care of yourself that way as well. Stuff that we in the north don't have to typically worry about during wintertime.
And see, that's the same as the holiday time, winter time, or the summertime. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. You still have to do it all times a year.
Yep.
Randyl Perry says Hawaiian shirts with Santa hats, red cargo shorts, and a straw hat this year. Good choice.
Yep.
Here in Texas, that straw hat is most important. Right.
Yeah, it's. I'm curious what Mrs. Clauses wear. I'm curious if they've been able to, if there's any out there that would say what they wear. Mrs. Clauses strictly go with Claus on a vacation look.
I will say, knowing Paul's Mrs. Claus personally, I know that she wears just a nice pair of typically white shorts or short pants, or I guess they would be called culottes or clam diggers as well. She wears a hat and just a really festive looking shirt over top. So lots of options for Mrs. Claus's, lots of great options for Santa's as well.
Yeah, I can't imagine how to wear a wool suit outside in an event in a warm climate. For me, I do wear a full suit. I'm inside the studio. With the new umbrella lights, they're not near as hot as some of the lights used to be years ago. They're working with different hue when it comes to the lighting now, and so it's not as bad. And the photographers that I work with seem to understand that Santa gets hot. Now, year before last, I did do an outdoor event amongst a field of cedar trees, and it was quite warm. I had my full suit on, not the parade coat, but my full Coca-Cola suit. It was totally drenched by the time we got through doing a 2-hour shoot. So,
Yeah, and that's a cost. Get them cleaned and concerned, and if you don't have be able to take the fur off, man, that's a lot of worry.
Yep.
yeah. Of course, this was not in the summer for me. It was in the fall, but as many of you know, in the South, you can still have 70, 80, 90, 100-degree weather even in November, and even sometimes in December down here. So you just never know what the weather's going to throw at you.
Brian Boucher says, I just got a new pair of Hey Dude Santa shoes for my summer Santa look. I need to find a pair of red and white striped socks now. Definitely lots of options there. You can definitely get red and white striped socks, and I do know Spangles sell them at Stuff for Santas as well, and especially if you need compression socks. He's got those as well. So.
Charlie put a thing up that said Walmart and Target have red and white striped socks.
Yep.
Charlie put a little thing up there. So, but Spangle has them for sure. You can get them from him.
Yep. Bill Stockwell said earlier that his rates are the same, but he does go with a casual look rather than a wool suit. So definitely.
And again, Santa Claus also has the socks, so you can get them in different sources. And of course, there's a ton of online sources there also. If you prefer not out to pick them out or buy them, you can get them offline.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, let's see here.
The reason I asked for a donation to be made is a local animal shelter is during the summer. There are fewer donations made at the shelters, and it strains for shelters' ability to contend with things. See, that's a wonderful thing to do, Don. You're giving your time to make sure benefits. So yeah, we it's wonderful that you can give back that way, and.
And to answer the Vineyard Santa, John Schnigelberger says, if it's the first time that you're doing it for a friend, you may try a special rate, but I would say you're an advertisement for them, so that cost should be appropriate to the business. And
very true. And two, on John's point there, make it clear to your friend that this is an introductory offer and that rates will change next year. Just go in and punt intended, knock their socks off, and that way they'll bring you back next year for a higher rate.
Yep. Especially if the event's a success and they want to bring you back next year, definitely.
Yep. Absolutely. Show them what you can do and leave them dazzled. Bill, this is the first year that I decided not to do Christmas in July. Bill, you don't have to explain, but if you would put in and give us a reason why you may be setting this July out, if you don't mind, sir.
Well, I do know Bill actually is on a farm, so I do know it can be quite busy for him during the summer months. But definitely. Brian
Brian.
Boucher says so far in his area, he has not seen any summer Santa events. Interesting.
And Brian, get out and promote yourself. Put some one cards out. Put your business cards out with a one card that, or where they can reach you, and let them know that you're available for summer events. There are a lot of opportunities. If you got a local HOA that has a swimming area, a rec area, or a pool, you can go to your chamber of commerce and work with them and see what you can find. The Better Business Bureau in your area. I mean, there's lots of different resources that you can reach out to and see if you can get some things going in your area. It's I tell you, each year we see more and more and more summer events come along. It's kind of finally starting to take a hold. It was few and far between for many years, but now a lot of guys are working in July, especially those last 2 weeks of July.
Yeah, just take your phone, take some pictures if you don't want to go to a photographer right away. Take some pictures of your outfit when you're putting a thing together so they can see, because all they're going to see and remember is Santa in a red suit and all that. They can't visualize what Santa can wear. So get up a nice area outside by a tree, do a nice little picture, or pretend you're out by the campfire, something around the house if you got a fire pit, something, take a few pictures and add those to that. But go out, like Bob said, and knock on doors and show that. So
Parades. Every little town has a parade, and many of them have Fourth of July parades. We've done some as a Lone Star Santas as a group, and marched and handed out candy along the parade route. Of course, dressed down with a Hawaiian shirt, a pair of red Dickie shorts on with hot top, and the striped socks as we talked about.
Charlie Johnson has a thing there. It says that he does Michigan here. We do a lot of campgrounds. I don't know how many campgrounds are in your area. If there is any, they have stuff going on all the time at campgrounds all summer.
Another good source. Charlie's got more there he's adding too.
Charlie's also had cancer, so he does a lot of sunscreen and a white or red long sleeve shirt underneath the Hawaiian shirt. Definitely, if you can get an SPF shirt that will protect you from the solar rays, that's always a good thing. So
Don't take any chances.
no,
I
definitely
had
not.
a superficial carcinoma on my back, so I've experienced that. It was only about the size of a pencil eraser, but they took like a bottle, Coke bottle size, because the cancer reaches out beyond good cancer cells.
How deep they got to go? How many layers? It's crazy.
So they want to make sure they got it all.
Yeah,
Wasn't fun. I mean, it's
right there. Had that hole for a while.
yep. Well, the bad part was, I came home, bent down to take my shoes and socks off, and ripped it back open. Had to turn right around and go right back and help them stitch it back up. So be careful.
No.
David Milmine says our rates stay pretty much the same depending on the event, and location guides our decision for outfits of the day. And Santa David also does a pirate character, Captain Greed, and I become First Mate Phineas. So we do a pirate show. And we've done that at both campgrounds and vacation Bible schools. And there's a few boats that often want to have a pirate on them. So, arr.
Yeah, there's so many other characters you can still add into that, not just be Santa. Definitely a pirate works very well for summertime. Of course, wizard works very well for Halloween time. There's plenty of characters you can do, not just be Santa with the look. So.
Once again, I'm not scheduling anything in July. I'll be in Branson for 9 days and still having to work that day job. Also, my granddaughter celebrates her birthday in July. That all I have to offer for the month, and that comes from Kane Smith. Thanks, Kane.
That's good. And we all don't need to do it. There's some, it's out there if you want to. Unfortunately, Summer Santa isn't popular in Mississippi. I've tried for 3 years.
That's unfortunate. Try to run through these pretty quick here.
What's that? Charlie said about campgrounds.
Yep, you've already got that one.
Brian Boucher in Florida says that they do most of their outside events in the fall and winter months, which I can understand because it gets hot in Florida, but I will take your advice. Thanks.
Grab a couple more here real quick, and we're going to have to move along. So
Check with the daycare centers in your area.
great.
There you go, Barry. That's other things that'll do something during the summer. Or
John Schnagelborger wore his summer gear to a fundraiser last week. Didn't get the traction he hoped for, but it was still a start. And that's the main thing. Get yourself out there in garb, get people used to seeing Santa in the summer wear, because they can then begin putting two and two together and think about what you could bring to their festivals or events, or even just to their family gatherings.
You got to plant the seed, and you never know who may be at that event that may take a liking to it, and you get a gig or two from just being there.
Yep.
All right, I think that covers everything that we had there. So let's go ahead and run into our santascloset.org.
Good.
Let's catch this real quick.
Jeff McMullen?
Yeah, I want
Jeff McMullen says he's got 32 Santa gigs in Wisconsin. One market is positioning yourself as a dairy expert, milk and cookies, and do 4-H and county fairs.
I love that.
Definitely, if you've in an area that have lots of agricultural fairs or summer fairs and summer festivals, definitely things like Renaissance fairs. I know a lot of the Santas go out to the Ren fairs dressed in period-appropriate garb. There's lots of opportunities. Tons of opportunities.
Steampunk Santa.
Yep.
Comic-Con.
Yep.
Something to that effect. So there's opportunities out there. Sometimes don't think in the box, think outside the box, because again, and if just because they're not having an event of those natures in your area, plant that seed. See if you can get out there and talk to folks and let them know that, hey, I'm available for July just like I am at Christmas time. So anyway, all right. Let's go ahead and jump into this trivia, Phineas.
Okay, so today's Sleigh Bell Brain Teaser featuring a gift from Wade and Scarlett at santascloset.org. And just a reminder, Angela needs both your answer and the letter. Why is Christmas in July traditionally celebrated in the United States? A, to align with the Australian winter season. B, because Santa was originally born in July. C, to honor a historical July holiday. Or D, to boost summer retail sales.
Cool. And of course, goes along with that, with the Claus bonus round, is for another, put your hand on your name on the wheel for North Pole Cornerstones for 2027. Which Christmas character is the most commonly featured in the summer-themed holiday merchandise? Which Christmas character? A, the Grinch. B, Frosty the Snowman. C, Santa in sunglasses. D, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Now remember, you have to have, on both of these answers, you need the letter, A, B, C, or D, plus the answer on both of them. Make it easier
And today's Phineas bonus round is, what classic Christmas movie is often shown during Christmas in July marathons? And that is a word answer. There is no letter.
Right. No multiple choice there. Just give
That's
it your
regular answer, but the first two needs both the letter and the answer. So,
absolutely.
very good, very good.
Let's see here. Bill Corbett got us an answer. So while folks are pondering on the trivia, let's go ahead and catch this last comment here.
Bill's reason for not doing Christmas is July is because, as Phineas said, he has a farm and raise meat chickens, so he is quite busy. And he also volunteers for his town fireworks festival, and this year it's on July 25th. So
very good, Bill. That's hey, you're still productive. You're just not doing it as Santa in July.
And I will say the chickens he produces are delicious.
Hey, I tell you what, he's probably got a chicken tractor too, doesn't he?
Chicken tractor?
You know what a chicken tractor is?
No, I'm sorry. I've been a city boy or a suburban boy.
It's a holding pen that they put out so that they're grain fed or grass fed chickens, right? And they put their meat chickens in a enclosure that has wheels on it, and every few days they move it forward so that they're always getting fresh feed, grass fed. So
I'll have to tell my daughter that she just got 8 chickens, and so I think 8 or 12. I don't know what it is. So I'll have to tell her about that. See if she knows about that. They're just these little things. They're so cute.
I just thought that was so weird to call it a chicken tractor. It don't look anything like a tractor.
Yeah, like what tractor chicken? I see with the guy riding.
Guess maybe the wheels on it. If you put the kind of wheels on the back and lift it up and pull it forward, I don't know. But I've seen quite a few folks that have farm raised chickens and they do grass fed, so free range, whatever, about the same difference. All right, thank you, Bill, for that explanation. That's fantastic. Inquiry minds wanted to know. All right, are we ready to move along, Angela?
North Pole Cornerstones. Wow.
Let's go ahead and jump on the next one in. North Park Cornerstones, February 18th through the 21st, 4 days, Thursday through Sunday, Hilton Garden Inn Conference Center, Oklahoma City North, or Edmond, as it is actually proper located. And just want to mention that because the NorthPoleCornerstones.com, npcornerstones.com, that is, website is up and active. We already got some registrations coming in, but what we don't have, folks reaching out for those scholarships. Get your scholarship submitted, and got 6 of them available, so 6 lucky people is going to get close to $500 scholarship. Well worth your time to put a few words on paper. Well, not on paper, but in the website. All right, Randall, over to you.
Yep, of course, then coming up this month already. Yes, it's June already. June 25th through the 28th in the greater Cincinnati area. It's the Wondrous Women of Christmas. Looks like a fantastic time that Liz and Rachel are putting together. More information to go to womenofchristmas.com. Of course, TNL will be on the road there, so you'll get to see Bob and all those guys. But again, same thing with there. There was 4 scholarships for that one. So take your time, get things together for North Pole next year. That's coming up, and six people will get free scholarships to go. So. But join us down in Cincinnati if they're not already totally booked.
Real quick, too, Randall. I mean, don't wait till the last minute to put these scholarship applications together. Have them ready. That way you can submit them and get them in. I'm not saying that the early bird gets a worm, but it doesn't hurt to be quick and get your submission in, and just do what they ask. Put lots of words down. That's what we look for. The more you put down, the more we have to read, the better we get a chance, because we do it blindly. We don't know who has submitted. All markers are taken off of it. All we're looking at is what you put down for your reason for wanting to come, your need for wanting to come. So
yeah, so it's always a wide open. Of course, spinning the wheel's a little different for that one.
Sure.
But the regular other scholarships are all very, very no sided just because you know the person or just because they're new. It's all just random what you fill out. So it's a very positive one. I think it's cool what Phineas is doing. Aren't you doing the one for a Canadian? I mean, hopefully try to get a Canadian Santa or Mrs. Claus.
Yep. There is a Canadian a scholarship.
That's wonderful.
So.
Yes, take advantage of that, you folks north of the border.
You guys got a better chance. You got one. Just don't have to compete against everybody. Just a Canadian. I mean, there's still a lot of Santa's Mrs. Clauses there, but go for it. And you still the other 5. Still got.
There's 5.
You'll do all 6 and see which one you get. Join us. It's a fantastic event. It really is.
All right, we also got another one there, Randy.
Also coming up then by MAPS, Michigan Association of Professional Santas, in August, which is coming up soon, August 1st and 2nd in Saginaw, Michigan. It's the Red Suit Conclave. It's a 2-day event that MAPS have been putting on for 10, 12 years now. It was, of course, done remote there for years when COVID was going on, but they have it up in the same place up in Saginaw, Michigan at the at the Sheridan Point, 4 Points. Sheridan, everything's done there. Great time. They eat there, have a banquet night, but 2 days of classes. And the biggest thing, it's that favorite word, Maps love, I love, it's that 4-letter F word. Yeah, it's free. The classes are free. Of course, you have to pay for your stay and your travel, but those are free. So if you're within driving distance, come on up to Saginaw. Have a great time. Remember, all of these, it's all fellowship. It's all connection. And that's
fellowship. And for fellowship in Niagara Falls, Canada, July 20th through 23rd is the Santa Congress. You can find out at santacongress.ca how to sign up for that. And you have two options. You could attend for the full 4-day conference and explore Niagara region with fellow Clauses from around the world, or you can attend a class and enrichment day, July 20th, 26th, featuring a number of teachers and instructors, including yours truly and Dr. Bruce Cottovich.
You know, the
really,
cool
you
part about
teach?
all that-
You actually can, you teacher?
I'm a teacher.
The cool part about all that is if you're in the Niagara area, you know, you've got to see the falls. If you're from the United States, you've got to go across the border and look back. The falls on the Canadian side are so much greater, such a better advantage point. So,
And for the Americans who come, it's like getting a 40% discount because your dollar is worth so much more.
great, great point. All right, let's go digging deeper with Phineas, followed by Magic Performance A to Z with Randyl. Let's go.
So today we're following with the Christmas in July discussion and what we're doing at Christmas in July. Oftentimes Phineas gets asked, "Why are you here with Santa?" As I've explained last week, you know, we're testing out new reindeer. We're giving new reindeer a chance to get used to pulling the sleigh, whole 9 yards. But Phineas also likes to take a vacation. And as you know, I was just recently down south in Gatlinburg and Sevierville and Nashville. And apparently at the North Pole, we've gotten quite a reputation for providing a safe spot for new creatures and new people to come up. So we have all sorts of characters at the North Pole. We've got Santas and Mrs. Claus, and we've got elves, and you know we've got polar bears, and you know last year we even had a couple of Yetis show up, and word gets around. And when I was in Nashville, I met a new friend. And this new friend, of course, is another Yeti. And we're seeming to attract all sorts of Yetis at the North Pole. But we're also able to use this Yeti as a way to discuss how people are different, because there's something different about this Yeti. And this Yeti was very different because this Yeti is a Yeti of color. It is a black Yeti. And so the Yeti was kicked out of their family home because they were so different, and they were looking for a new place to create, to find family and to find a home. So of course, Phineas definitely said, I need to take care of this new young Yeti that's confused and scared out in the world and welcome them back to the North Pole. And so that has become part of my storyline that we are using for that, is that I'm getting the reputation as being sort of like a caregiver for people who are different and don't fit in their communities, and they may have been kicked out of their communities. And so I'm able to continue a story of acceptance, universal love, generosity, kindness, and seeing the remarkable love and divinity in everybody, regardless of how different they are. And so that is all part and parcel of what I am doing as part of my story building. You may not be comfortable with doing something like that, but if you are out at a Christmas in July event and you want to get beyond I'm just checking to see if everybody's still on the nice list, or, Santa's on vacation and Mrs. Claus is on vacation, you can look at what your overall overarching story is when you're talking about who you are as a Santa, as Mrs. Claus, as an elf, and what you hope to provide to the world at large. Um, you could use it if you're attending a vacation Bible school, or showing up at a vacation Bible school. Use it to provide a message about your faith. If you're at a Fourth of July event or another patriotic event, such as Memorial Day a few weeks past, you can use that to talk about your within your patriotism and your belief in your country. So there's lots of opportunities to go a little bit deeper than just be the typical, I'm here to check on you, make sure that you're on the nice list and everybody's behaving themselves, or I'm just on vacation, I'm going to go golfing or go hang out by the pool somewhere. So you can use it to continue to bring your message forward as a performer, and use it to show how the act of being a giving personality, being a gift giver, being someone who supports, provides universal love to everybody year round, how it can continue year round, and that sometimes the greatest gift of all is just being present for someone. So lots of opportunities for storytelling, and just being able to look outside the box and think outside the box, and that's what we've been talking about. Say you want to go to a Renaissance fair, why is Santa at a Renaissance fair? You can do it as deeply as you're interested in checking out the Renaissance fair, or you can go completely in character and say, I'm back in the Renaissance, and why I'm here to check in on the king and queen or something like that. So use it as an opportunity to play with your story, to expand your story, and use it as a year-round situation. We often get, when Captain Greed and Phineas comes out, Captain Greed often gets mistaken for, aren't you Santa? And Captain Greed is actually Santa's cousin. And because, they do look an awful bunch alike. And so that's always fun to play with, because very often we see the same children as Santa and Phineas as we do as Captain Greed and First Mate Finn. So you need to be able to think on your feet and think quickly and be consistent. But at the same time, we're able to use the summer months and our summer visits as a way of continuing our message of giving, our message of accepting everybody as they are, as they come to us, and spreading the Christmas love and the joy and spirit year round. So lots of opportunity there. So you may be presented with something, such as I came across this Black Yeti, this adorable Black Yeti in Nashville of all places, and I immediately began putting two and two together, how she can fit into our storytelling, how she can fit into our world building, and continue to align with the story of I'm becoming the surrogate parent and the surrogate caregiver for the misfit Yetis around the world. So lots of opportunities there. So wishing everybody a wonderful weekend, a wonderful week, hoping everybody's had a good weekend, and all the best for the next few weeks to come. Thank you.
Ho, 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 ho!
Shop Thermo Apparel. They're wonderful. They're fantastic. And for the coolest of cool Santas or Easter bunnies, remember Thermo Apparel.
Don't just be cool as an attitude. Keep cool, literally.
Thermo Apparel. Be cool.
Ho, 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 ho!
Since 1948, one suit defined Santa. Designed by Charles W. Howard and worn by the world-famous Santa Claus School. Worn for presidents, movies, parades, and the most magical moments in families' lives. This is not a costume, but finely tailored, hand-sewn clothing made in the USA. With expert cleaning, restoration, and storage services available, Santa & Company, LLC makes Santa magical.
Hello, everybody, and yes, it is showtime. It is Magical Moments, Magical Performing Time, and I'm going to change it up a little bit. I had something totally planned for the day today, and I just want to take and do kind of a thing that Santa B did, and just reflect on how amazing being Santa and Mrs. Claus is, and how amazing the community is. It really gets you here. What people can do for you and how they can make you feel. And it's always something that we want to give to the children and the families during the holidays and during July too. Or whenever you see them as Santa and Mrs. Claus, you want to bring that love, that joy to them. But when the community brings it to each other, it's an amazing thing. It's just such a beautiful feeling to be a part of a community that just cares so much about other people and hopes. And there's those few that are a little bit get a little ornery about things, but it happens, or don't agree with everything. But it's the majority of this community is just amazing. And I kind of changed my mind today. We were seeing all the amazing and beautiful birthday wishes and things like that, and a gift that brought tears to my eyes from somebody. You know who that is. It's just thank you. It's a beautiful thing. So I'll get back to magic next week, and love you all, and thank you for everything. And remember, we are, like Mel says, we are Christmas magic. Keep that up for everybody.
Let's get into our trivia answers. The sleigh bell brain teaser. Why is Christmas in July traditionally celebrated in the United States? The answer to that one would be D, to boost summer retail sales. Winner.
It's about the money.
First time. Pat Weston gets that one. Good job, Pat. Be sure and send me your full mailing address and your T-shirt size, please, sir. All right, the Claus and Effect bonus round. Which Christmas character is featured in summer-themed holiday merch? That would be the C, Santa in sunglasses. I thought that one was pretty easy. Winner? Kane gets that one. Name goes on the wheel. And our bonus Phineas bonus round. Nobody got that one. And I took the exact wording. Put that in a search and you get the answer, pops right up. Anyway, it would be It's a Wonderful Life. I don't know if that surprises anybody or not, but sure enough, that's what it is. All right, so let's go ahead and run our last two commercials, and we'll be right back.
Oh, hi. I'm Santa's official photographer, a name given to me by the Christmas community, but you can call me Jessica. For 35 years, I've been a portrait photographer, specializing in children and family. But here lately, I've been focusing on creating artistic images of Santa, Mrs. Claus, and their Christmas elves. What starts off as a simple photograph is transformed into a digital masterpiece. This isn't just photography. It's an exchange where the performer steps fully into their role, immersed in a real-life theatrical set where together we bring that story to life. If you're ready to elevate your presence with images that truly stand out, visit holidayphotomagic.com.
All right, very nice. Okay, so we got any thoughts or takeaways for our North Pole nightcap guys?
Other than happy birthday, Randall.
I was worried there for a minute. Getting nothing but blank stares.
What is he asking about? What is that? Oh, gracious.
Yeah, Kane and Jessica has really put together. You know, she's moved a few times. I was the first to go to her studio that was up the street from the Bass Pro there in Springfield, Missouri. Spangle had worked with her for a couple of Christmases doing photography work with her as Santa for Christmas. But I was the first one to go actually get her portrait package that she had started offering, and it was quite a really cool experience. A small studio, one room, one set. It was really basic, but her direction and the passion that she had really, stood out to me. But boy, has she come a long way. She's moved a couple of times, as I said, but this new studio she has is over the top. It is really, you just can't ask for more beautiful scenery as a Santa to be sitting in front of. So, and Mrs. Claus or Elf. All right, guys. Well, yeah, we run just a few minutes longer today, but that was because we had an extra frothy cup of hot cocoa for Randall's birthday, and I must say the peppermint was a good twist. Well, thank you for that. So, very good, guys. We want to thank everyone for joining us today. Don't forget to watch all of the family of shows. Tune in, kick up your heels, and join in for all the fun, all powered by TNL Network Productions here. And the promo for that will run at the end, so be sure and catch that if you have not. Any final words, guys?
For those who watch the Claus Connection, Shaun White will be off tonight. She'll be dark tonight, but she'll be back on the 15th of June with Santa Tracy McKenzie from Chicago. And she'll be chatting with him about his experience as a Santa for the past 30 plus years. So it's going to be a great conversation. So enjoy a night off tonight, Angela, and wishing everybody a wonderful evening.
Our guest tomorrow night for Tuesday Night Live will be Mitch Allen. I've got a great script put together for that, and he will be addressing some of those questions. I know if you go over and watch the State of the Union that he does every other week, he spoke about some of this stuff in a very limited basis. Tomorrow night we're going to try to dig deeper, as Phineas likes to say, and see what we can get him to come up with. But anyway, join us tomorrow night for Tuesday Night Live. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Have a great week. And happy birthday to Randall one last time.
Thank you, everybody. Love you all. Thank you for the wishes. Bye.
Parade way.